Welcome to another episode of Birminology on Lettermen Row. I'm your host, Jeremy Birmingham. Today we're talking to four-star Ohio State signee Cade Stover. Cade is one of the country's best linebacker prospects and the state's Gatorade Player of the Year for his work on offense and defense at Lexington High School. Cade's also one of the best basketball players in Minutemen history, and today we're going to talk about football, basketball, and whatever else comes to mind. Thanks for watching Birminology on Lettermen Row. Welcome, Cade Stover, to the show. Cade, you are familiar to a lot of our fans and followers and readers because you worked with us with the senior tackle project, chronicling your senior season at Lexington High School. How have you been since signing day? What's life been like for Cade Stover in the last 2 months?
It's really died down a lot as far as recruiting wise, and always on the phone with every people. Which is kind of nice in a sense, and I just kind of focus on playing basketball and getting better with my team here, and just getting better in general.
Speaking of basketball, you became Lexington's all-time leading scorer, in the third game of the season this year, right?
Yeah.
How's life for you in Lexington now as the best basketball player in the history of the city?
Considering the city has about 8,000 people, and it's not the greatest, but I'm just kidding. But
it's a basketball town. You've told me that a dozen times.
Yeah, we've had multiple professional basketball players come from Lexington. Jamie Fike, John Sanderson, Dale Ford. It goes back forever. But being on top of that list is kind of something that it still doesn't really feel real yet. I guess maybe when I come back in 30 years it might. But
have you stretched out that point lead to the point where no one's ever going to catch you? You think, or are you?
Not for a couple of years, or not.
Yeah. How, for a lot of our readers and fans of yours, they don't really know that basketball maybe was your first love, or maybe even still your favorite sport. How do you, as a football player, talk to them about the transition of what basketball means to you, and how hard will it be to give up basketball?
That is definitely going to be the hardest. That was the hardest decision of my life, deciding to play football and to give up basketball.
Why did you decide that? What did it come down to?
It's just my future came. When a lot of the basketball schools saw, some of the offers I had, and where my recruiting was at in football, and they backed. A lot of them backed off. So, once they figured, life. I lie. My future lies on the football field, I think, and that's where I'm better fitted to play at the college level.
Speaking of football, college level, obviously you were recruited as a linebacker. You play safety almost primarily in high school. You're 6'4.5", 235 pounds right now.
Yeah.
You've told me in the past you think you can get to 260 pounds. What is Cade Stover on the football field? Where do you see this future?
Wherever the ball carries at, that's for sure. No, probably at the. I like playing linebacker, but wherever you get on the field the quickest and where you help the team the most is where I'll play.
Has Ohio State, now that you're signed, obviously they can talk to you, they can give you weight, program, they can give you all the dietary things that you want, so maybe less spaghetti and stuff at home. I don't know. What do they want you at weight wise? Where are you, and what's been the biggest adjustment with your relationship between you and Ohio State after you signed?
We haven't really gone on real specific deals about where they want my weight and everything yet. I'm just weekly. I'm sitting in the videos working out and what way I am that week and stuff like that. But as far as relationship wise, it's been we stay in pretty constant contact throughout the week. Do
you talk to Coach Mick more now than you did before?
No, not really, actually. It's more through Coach Washington. He relays that to the strength coaches.
Coach Washington, obviously, is a new coach at Ohio State. He recruited you briefly while he was at Michigan and probably at Cincinnati, if I had to guess. But how's the relationship with him? We all know Billy Davis was someone you were really close with. How's that relationship with Coach Washington and Coach Madison, who will now be the defense coordinator? How have those relationships helped, cement your decision, I guess, to sign with Ohio State early?
As soon as I met Coach Madison, it was I honestly didn't think I could meet more of a genuine person than Coach Davis. But as soon as I met Coach Madison, I realized that this is as close as I'm going to get to him. And Coach Madison is the epitome of a great football coach, and I'm beyond excited to play for that guy.
With Ryan Day, obviously, you committed to Urban Meyer. Ryan Day was sort of, just an offensive coach. He had a chance to sit down with you and your family in September when he was serving as the 3-game interim coach. How's the relationship with him been now that he's the head coach and he's the guy you're playing for? What's your takeaway? What do you think of Ryan Day?
I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, very well educated football coach. I mean, as everybody will know. I mean, he's a great guy behind the scenes too. So I'm excited to see where it goes. What's
the biggest difference between him and Urban? I know your mom was really close with Urban and Shelley, and sending them recipes and stuff like that. Has she been able to connect with Ryan and his wife, and has she passed on any family recipes to them yet?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she's a very social, likable person, my mother. So, I mean, if she likes somebody, you'll know, and if not, I mean, you're probably not going to know. And she enjoyed Coach Davis's company. I mean, Coach Day's company when he came over to the house that day. And I mean, we've stayed in pretty constant contact since then. So, I mean, she's a big fan.
It's almost March. What are you doing on the farm? Like, what's happening next on the Stover farm? Like, what's the next big project?
Plant when we start planting everything. That's when big. Right now, it's pretty much just keeping the cows dry and keeping them fed.
Does winter, like the way that this winter's gone, does it turn into just absolute hell for you, or is this something that you like?
Yeah, no, it's been. I mean, if it stays cold, it's good. If everything stays cold and frozen, but when it starts raining and it starts melting everything every other day, then it gets really muddy and it's ugly.
I talked a few weeks ago with Ohio State 2021 commitment Jack Sawyer, who is a basketball player like yourself, and Jack said that he would beat you in a game of one-on-one. What is it, I assume that you've watched Jack play, and you guys, I don't know if you guys are in different divisions, I think, but have you ever played against Jack, and have you watched his tape, and if so, how does Cade Stover beat Jack Sawyer?
I mean, I haven't watched a lot. I've watched a couple of the highlights scroll across Twitter and stuff like that. I'm sure he has. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be tough. But I mean, I still think that I definitely got the edge in that one. But
it's going to be. I mean, you have 2 years until he's on campus to be able to work on polishing up your post moves. You got 2 years to work on polishing up your game, and you're probably going to get a little stronger than he does in the next 2 years, if I had to guess. What is it, Cade, that as you are heading into the spring, and what are you looking forward to about either your getting back to Ohio State, or what's the biggest single thing left for you before you arrive on campus in June? What do you need to work on to make sure you're playing this fall?
Just getting my body where it needs to be. It's hard during basketball because, if you start going too crazy with the weights, you're not going to be able to shoot the ball at all. So, right after basketball's over, I'll start going down 3 and 4 days a week down to High State to work out down there. So
that's an interesting opportunity for you. I mean, to get that. Have you talked to the freshmen that are on campus? Have you talked to guys like Ryan and Noah? And what are they saying to you to help prepare you for what Coach Marotti's workouts are like?
It's just real. I mean, they said it's just a different world. I mean, as expected, it's just tougher. Everything's just harder and amped up. Everything's faster. So, I mean, I'm excited to go see how I fit down there.
Well, okay, I'm sure you'll fit in okay. You seem like you're a fairly average, guy who likes to go down and work. I mean, you enjoy the mud and muck of the farm, so I'm assuming you'll like mat drills with Coach Marotti. So, Cade, I appreciate you taking some time, and as usual, Lettermen Row, very appreciative of you, helping with the senior tackle this year, and hopefully you can go out and win a state title in basketball.
Yes, sir. I got you. Thank you.
Thanks, Cade. See you.